Hello class, this is a video tutorial on expressing an amount as a percentage. To determine an amount as a percentage, we simply take the amount, divide it by the total that we are comparing it against, and multiply that by 100. So go straight into an example here. 12 out of 78. In this instance, there are no units of measurements. So the amount we're looking for is the 12 out of the total of 78, and we multiply that by 100. So 12 out of 78 multiplied by 100, we get 15.38%. 0.38. So this is a percentage. But for this, we're going to round it to any amount that we'd like for now. But unless the question says round it to a certain number of decimal places, for this, I'm going to round it just to 2 decimal places. So 15.38%. Simple as that. $13 out of $15. Well, in this instance, now that we have a unit of measurement, the main thing we have to be concerned of now is that they have to be the same units of measurement. So in this case, they are both just dollars. So we simply say 13 out of 15 times 100. We get a nice 86.6 recurring percent. And for this, like before, we can round this to any decimal place that we'd like. And for this, we'll just make it 18.67%. Okay. Now in this example I have here, notice how they both have units of measurement, but they are not the same. So the first thing we have to do is we have to make these the same unit of measurement. For this, you can either make everything centimeters or everything meters. So we could have this as 0.53 meters and compare that against the total of 26. So we could have it as 0.53 over 2.6 meters, or have it as 53 centimeters over 260 centimeters as well. With either calculation that we do, notice how we're taking the amount, dividing it by the total, and timesing it by 100. And just to show you that it won't matter which we go by, we get the same calculation. So here we have both of them. Notice how they both give us 20.38%. And there we have it. All right, so these first 3 examples, very straightforward. But in the next set of examples, you'll see that they're still very straightforward in that we are not being told what the total is, but that's just a simple calculation that we have to do. So here we go. So it's asking us here, what percent of this particular classroom are female? Well, since we are measuring female, it'll be 18 over the total. And the total of this class is the total of the boys and girls, which would give us 34 times 100. And it's as simple as that. So 18 over 34 times 100. That gives us that 52.94%. So we can say that 52.94% are female. And there we have it. And similarly, for this last example, we have this mixture that just made up. You have 14 liters of sugar syrup, 15.2 liters of spices, 20.6 of nice fragrance, and 200 milliliters of chemical X. we're being asked now to find the percentage of each ingredient. So for this, it'd be worthwhile just calculating the total first. So let's go about doing that. So the total for this is the sum of all of these, but notice how this last one is in milliliters. So if we were to add this, we would have to convert this first, and 200 milliliters is 0.2 liters. So it's that we're going to add. So it's going to be 14 plus 15.2 plus 20.6 plus 0.2. That gives us a total of 50 liters as our total. And so now we can easily calculate the percentage of each of these. So for sugar syrup, it's going to be 14 out of 50 times 100. And then for spices, it's going to be 15.2 over 50 times 100. For the nice fragrance, it's going to be 20.6 over 50 times 100. And for chemical X, it's going to be 0.2 over 50 times 100. Calculating all of those, it's very straightforward now. So 14 over 50, 15.2 over 50, 20.6 over 50, and 0.2 over 50 times 100. And each of these, and each of these give us our percentage. The first one is 28%, 30.4%, 41.2, and 0.4%, underneath, 0.4% of chemical X. And of course for these we would label each of them. So this is going to be sugar syrup. This would be the spices. This would be just, we'll call it the nice fragrance. And for this one, it's going to be chemical X. So I hope that gave you an insight into how we calculate amounts and express them as a percentage of the total. So remember, it is the amount we are calculating divided by the total that we are comparing it against, multiplied by 100, and we should keep an eye out for when the unit of measurement is different, and we'd have to convert them so that they are the same unit of measurement. Hope to see you in the next video, and best of luck.